Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of AWS Minutes to Cloud. My name is Kwan and I'm a Senior Solutions Architect for the worldwide public sector team in AWS. And it is a pleasure for me to share with you on how we can help you to build modern applications leveraging the right database for the job. Before we start, I would like to share some observations that we have seen from our customers on the trends on how they would like to get more value from their data. Firstly, customers are exploring purpose-built database that best suits their application needs. It's no longer all about relational databases. Customers have more options such as NoSQL and more. Secondly, customers are skewing towards a fully managed database service so they can focus on what matters to them most, which is their database, and offload their infrastructure and operations to a provider like AWS. Last but not least, customers are trying to break free from legacy database, which is punitive licensing terms. Instead, they are leaning towards cloud-native database that can offer them better value, where they only pay for the capacity that they use. Let us go deeper into what we really mean by building a modern application. As you can see, the demand of users today have exponentially grown compared to what we have witnessed just years ago, where organizations need to touch millions of users within their applications. This literally leads to an explosion in terms of the volume of data to be captured, which can result in terabytes or even petabytes in scale. Now, all this demand should not dilute the user's experience in terms of the responsiveness of the system. Hence, it is important that the application has sufficient resources to scale to such demand. Lastly, it's all about economics. Organizations can no longer invest in millions of dollars in hardware and licenses upfront and hope they'll be successful. This model is not realistic in this new age of digital revolution. Instead, they have to hedge their success by only paying for what they use. This leads to our first point in our customers' trend as shared earlier. Customers are building modern applications with purpose-built databases. And we have a strong belief here in AWS that we should provide you the right tool for the right job to make you spend less money, be more productive, and as well as changing your customer's experience. For relational workloads that requires high level of referential integrity, this means that you're gaming in on traditional relational database. This is where Amazon Aurora and RDS fits perfectly. However, the world has since expanded beyond relational. To help with this change, we have built a number of purpose-built non-relational databases over the years. Starting with key value, we have DynamoDB, a database that optimizes running key value pairs at single-digit millisecond latency at scale. On the other hand, we have DocumentDB, which is a fully managed MongoDB-compatible document database that is purpose-built to help developers easily work with JSON documents in their natural format. If you can't even stand a single-digit millisecond latency, you will need to use an in-memory database that can access data in microseconds. And that's why we built Elastic Cache. Let's say you have a data set that are really large and a lot of interconnectedness. We have Neptune, which is our graph database. Now, driven by the rise of IoT device, time series is one of the fastest growing data types. For this, we have TimeStream, which is a purpose-built time series database. Customers who want to have their applications with ledger-like functionality, such as tracking history of banking transactions, as well as tracing movement of an item in a supply chain network, we have built QLDB, a fully managed ledger database that provides transparent, immutable, and cryptographically verifiable transaction log. For an application that requires high-speed data processing with single-digit millisecond latency, such as industrial equipment maintenance, we have Keyspace, which is a managed Apache Cassandra compatible database service. So folks, people want the right tool for the right job, and here in AWS, we want to give you the right set of database that best suits your application needs. As we see the trend towards purpose-built database, we also see a huge interest within customers to move to a fully managed database. With managed database, customers will only need to focus on what matters to use most, which is the data. The task to manage and operate the underlying infrastructure will now be the responsibility of the cloud database providers like us here in AWS. Many existing applications are built on legacy database, and customers have had to deal with old gut database providers that are expensive, proprietary, as well as imposing punitive licensing terms. Because of this, customers are trying to move as fast as they can to open source database like MySQL, Postgres, and MariaDB. However, we do hear feedback from customers who are concerned whether these open databases will be able to perform comparably with commercial database, which is why we spent a few years building Amazon Aurora. Aurora is a MySQL and Postgres compatible relational database built for the cloud, which provides the performance and availability of high-end commercial database with the simplicity and cost-effectiveness of open-source databases. Aurora has 5 times the performance of standard MySQL and 3 times the performance of standard Postgres, with the security and reliability of commercial-grade databases at just 1/10 of the cost. And we'll always help organizations who are looking to migrate to the cloud. There are 3 types of data migrations path. Using our database migration tools, you can make data migration to AWS, such as converting from SQL Server to Amazon Aurora. For customers who prefer to engage professional consultants who help them with the migrations, we have an extremely large ecosystem of AWS professionals and partners who can work with customers like yourself towards achieving your goals. Last but not least, Database Freedom Program is the best program for customers looking to move away from punitive licensing of commercial database vendors and avoiding vendor lock-in. Most of these migrations have been from Oracle and SQL Server to open source database like Aurora. In summary, AWS offers a broad range of database services that are purpose-built for every major use case. These services are fully managed and allow you to build applications that can scale easily. All of these services are battle-tested, so you get the availability, performance, and security required by production workloads. If you are looking to migrate your existing database to AWS, the AWS Database Migration Service makes it easy and cost-effective to do so. Now, there's no compression algorithm for experience, and AWS has been running database for hundreds of thousands of customers longer than any cloud provider. Because our broad customer base, we have a deeper understanding than any cloud provider on how to run highly available database at scale. Our roadmap is 90% driven by customers, and in future, if any new data type or model is needed, we will invest in ensuring that we provide the best breed of database for our customers. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something today. We are here to help if you have any question, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Goodbye.